Good Saturday evening, and welcome to another EmceeCh4p Live, the second edition. How are you guys doing? Appreciate you guys hanging out. There is one small problem here. I'm all by myself at the moment. But hopefully that's going to change very soon. Got a few things taken care of since last stream. Got a few, changes with the soundboard and everything. Also, a few newer segments, because I feel like last week we were a little monotonous in what we covered. But this week I'm gonna try to throw in, what I really have been, what I've really been wanting this show to be, including a segment for gaming news, current trends in gaming, and we might stray a little further past that, TV, music, stuff like that. In the meantime, I see a few of you here. Make yourselves at home. Still waiting on Rob. He said he would be back at 8, and he's not. Let's see. He said... Okay, closer to 8. So, he didn't say 8 exactly, but that's okay. Let's dive, I suppose, into the wonderful world of Reddit. So I'm looking. I'm just gonna see what I follow, because I can never remember. All right. I remember what I was going to talk about now. Okay. So I'd always been really curious about this one. Yesterday was Friday the 13th, and if you know me, you know that I am not a very superstitious person. I think a lot of it's a bunch of baloney. But I'm interested in the origins of it. I really don't know. So, it apparently an inspired society in the late 19th century. So something about in France. Okay. Actually, no, that's not true. It didn't originate there. It originates... Okay, according to folklore historian Donald Dossie, the unlucky nature of the number 13 originated with the Norse myth about 12 gods having a dinner party in Valhalla. The trickster god Loki, who was not invited, arrived as the 13th guest and arranged for Thor to shoot Balder with a mistletoe-tipped arrow. According to Dossie, Balder died and the whole earth got dark. The whole earth mourned. It was a bad, unlucky day. This major event in Norse mythology caused the number 13 to be considered unlucky. Apparently it also relates to things like the Last Supper and the crucifixion of Christ. Superstitions like these seem to run more often in, like, Catholic society. I wasn't raised Catholic, so there are a lot of things I don't know about. In Italy, the unlucky day is Friday the 17th. And, in fact, on... If you ever fly on ITA Airways in Italy, there is no row 17, much like there's not a row 13. A lot of U.S. or Western airlines, anyway. Outside of that, so that's pretty interesting. But why is it Friday, though? Is it? I didn't know Friday the 13th. I've always been interested in how it just kind of swayed society like it did. According to the Stress Management Center and Phobia Institute in Asheville, North Carolina, an estimated 17 to 21 million people in the United States are affected by a fear of Friday the 13th, making it the most feared day and date in history. Some people are so paralyzed by fear that they avoid their normal routines in doing business, taking flights, or even getting out of bed. I feel like any phobia can be like that, honestly. You know, where it just controls your life. I mean, I have a similar problem, but it's only because of, like, it's the anticipation of being overstimulated in certain situations. I am a sound and light trigger. I don't know if that makes sense. Much like people are a smell trigger or something like that. That's what sets me off. But I digress. That was kind of a tangent right there. Was not intended. Okay, enough about that. Let me dive into what I posted in the Discord. For those of you who don't know, Rob and I have kind of a stuff we try to share stuff in. Stuff we try to share stuff in. Did I really just say that? My God. So let's see here. I was thinking about this the other night when I resurfaced this clip. I'm constantly haunted by the idea that in about a year and a half I'm turning 30, and knowing what's expected of me as an adult out on my own, like having my own roof over my head, having my own car, having my own car insurance, stuff like that. It works a little different when you're single, and with how much is expected of you in the world, it kind of throws me, and it made me think of an old FedEx commercial from 1981. For those of you who don't know John Machida, he's known for how fast he can talk, and he kind of demonstrated. FedEx's pitch was they can keep up with a fast-paced world, and this is what it sounded like. It's still one of my favorite commercials, even though it's way older than I am.
Okay, Eunice, travel plans. I need to be in New York on Monday, LA on Tuesday, New York on Wednesday, LA on Thursday, New York on Friday. Got it? Got it. So you want to work here. What really makes you think you deserve a job here?
Well, sir, I think on my feet I'm good at figures and have a sharp mind.
Excellent. Can you start on Monday?
Yes, sir, absolutely, without hesitation.
Congratulations. Welcome aboard. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And in conclusion, Jim, Bill, Bob, Call, Fred, Load, Dork, Ape, and Ted. Business is business, and as we all know, in order to get something done, you got to do something. In order to do something, you got to get to work. So let's get to work. Thank you for tuning in. Petey, you did a bang-up job. I'm putting you in charge of Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, perfect.
I know it's perfect, Peter. That's why I picked Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's perfect. Peter, may I call you Pete?
Call me Pete.
Pete.
There's a Mr. Schnittler here to see you.
Tell him to wait 15 seconds.
Can you wait 15 seconds?
I'll wait 15 seconds.
Congratulations on your deal in Denver, Dave. I'm putting you down to deal with Dallas. Don, is it a deal? Do we have a deal? It's a deal. I got to go. I got a call coming in. Hi, Doc. Just dealt with Don.
In this fast-moving, high-pressure, get-it-done-yesterday world, aren't you glad there's one company that can keep up with it all?
You got a deal. Good. I'm putting you down to deal with Dick. Dick, what's the deal with the deal? Are we dealing? We're dealing. Dave, it's a deal with Don, Dork, and Dick. Dork, it's a deal with Dave, Dick, and Dave. Don, it's a Dork with Dick, Dave, and Doug. Gotta go, Dave. Disconnecting. Gotta go, Dick. Disconnecting. Gotta go, Dan. Disconnecting.
Federal Express. When it absolutely, positively has to be there overnight.
Now, I don't know if you could see it, but his face was turning red at the end of that. My brain can't even go that fast sometimes. That's unreal. I mean, and you know what the problem is? That's pretty realistic with how much people want one individual to get done in life. You're just going nonstop, and it scares the shit out of me, being the kind of person I am. But I digress. Let's see, what else did I put? I also, for those, if you know me really well, you know that I love to, really binge watch YouTube. And sometimes I go down rabbit holes, so to speak, and which will be an appropriate statement for who I'm about to mention. I was looking at, I always come back to this video. In fact, this is another one of my favorites. Somebody put together a compilation of a bunch of Warner Brothers cartoons from the 1940s, and they all this is essentially a compilation of the greatest of all time, Mel Blanc, screaming at the top of his lungs. It's a riot.
I am a wabbit! Quiet! Turn off that light! Turn off that light! Turn out those lights! You're right!
This dude had pipes. Listen to this.
Be quiet! Shut up! I can't talk above a whisper! Get me out of here! Let me out of here! Get me out of here! Help! Help!
Actually, it wasn't until I watched this video that I found out I didn't know he voiced Woody Woodpecker as well.
How does he do it? What am I doing? Now get this! If you're late one more time, you're fired!
Yes, and I listened to that video the whole time, and it actually inspired me to put Daffy Duck screaming on my soundboard. And there it is. And there he is.
Yeah, so hello, sorry, right at 8 p.m. I readied something up, and then I realized, wait, it's 8. I literally tried to close out of it, and the thing was like, yeah, no, that's not happening.
No. Yeah. But anyway, I've just been kind of rambling at the moment.
You're good.
So I finally found a good source for my the upcoming Broken News segment that's going to start momentarily.
Yeah,
Associated Press, I guess. It's a good place to go, especially if you want like recent stories. But I can always go back to good old trusty Reddit occasionally. Come back to Florida Man headlines. I thought about also doing a segment called Grubbin'. It would just be news about food and foodies, because I am one. But
nice.
yeah, I'm starting to ramble now. Here is Broken News.
Ah, crap!
Okay, this is a weird one out of New York City. There was a claim, to get the immediate idea that this is crazy, it was on the Joe Rogan podcast. So, yeah, you might set your expectations a little high for this one. There was a claim going around, apparently, that this was, what was his name? It was a guest on Joe Rogan's podcast. He claimed that a boxcar's worth of potentially valuable prehistoric mammoth bones was dumped in the East River in the 1940s. And yeah, this article starts by saying, ask people what you might find buried in the muck at the bottom of New York City's East River, and they'd likely say mob boss before thinking of mammoth bones. So, despite a lack of evidence to back up the story, treasure seekers using boats, diving apparatuses, and technology like remote-operated cameras have gone searching in hopes the murky waters are hiding woolly mammoth tusks. So it's drawn a crowd, believe it or not.
Oh, little get people hoping to get a little rich a little quick.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't blame them in this day and age, but goddamn, people are gullible.
No comment.
Okay, let's move on to the next one. That one was published just today, actually. One from yesterday. There are a lot of things I don't know about Sweden, and this one really caught me off guard. Sweden's center-right coalition government wants to cut red tape when it comes to dancing by abolishing a decade-old requirement for restaurants, nightclubs, and other venues to obtain permits before they let patrons dance. I did not know that was a thing. The proposal made Thursday means that venues no longer would need a license. Well, yeah, I just read that. Instead, as a general rule, they would only have to register with the police. What kind of system are they running? A fee of at least 700 kroner, which is $67, for the establishment. As it is now, owners can lose their liquor and business licenses if officers come by and find out that a venue did not have authorization to let patrons dance. This sounds puritanical to me.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then,
yeah, moving on. Eventually, I'm going to throw a Florida Man article into this, but we're going to go down to Puerto Rico real quick.
oh, nice.
It's been discovered that forest lizards. Let me just read it as it is. God. Lizards that once dwelled in forests but now slink around urban areas have genetically morphed to survive life in the city, researchers have found. Specifically the Puerto Rican crested anole. Or anole or something. Brown lizard with a bright orange throat fan has sprouted special scales to better cling to smooth surfaces like walls and windows and grown larger limbs to sprint across open areas. It's basically that they're saying it's evolution as it's unfolding, but this is another example, in my opinion, of you fuck with nature, it fucks back.
Yeah, although it seems like seems like in this case it didn't fuck back nearly as hard.
Okay, this is a good one. This is from January 5th. A store in Wisconsin sold a $15 million lottery ticket. It was in northwestern Wisconsin, out up in the woods. It was at a Wayne's Food Plus grocery store. WISN reported that someone bought a 15.1 million megabucks winning ticket in the city of, you can't make this up, Luck, Wisconsin. I don't believe it. Okay, well, that's nice. Okay. You remember a clouded leopard was loose in Dallas yesterday? Well, it's been found.
Yes, I remember I heard about the loose leopard.
Evidence was found that the fence of the small cat's habitat had been intentionally cut, police said. That's unnerving.
What couillon?
I don't know.
What couillon was up to that?
I don't know, boredom or third party murder. Who knows? Okay. Let's check out some of the new ones. We're gonna go straight to Florida Man now. Okay. What kind of low IQ person does this? It says, it's from Fox 35 Orlando. A Florida man impersonating a police officer and stealing from elderly man at 7-Eleven gets busted. Apparently people think you can get away with anything if you're dressed as a cop. But you know, we've kind of seen that over the years.
Yeah, I was about to say, can't really blame them.
All right. Florida woman out on bond for fentanyl trafficking has been arrested for meth trafficking. Sometimes you just can't fix stupid.
And that is what we call a double whammy.
Last week we already talked about the Christmas tree assault.
Right.
Okay. Someone was arrested for body slamming a customer and punching another at a restaurant. Turns out it was a waiter. Like, what? God, what part of this is? It's really unnerving that you're letting people into the workforce that are the same kind of people that start a brawl in a Waffle House.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's Waffle House. That's just those kind of things just come out of, the kind of patrons that show up there. But looks like these people don't even need to be provoked.
Huh. Okay, this is interesting. Seminole County man who purchased 12,579 square foot mansion along with luxury cars was sentenced to federal prison after stealing over $7 million through the Paycheck Protection Program. And this is being billed as COVID fraud.
Oh.
So that's a new thing. That's what the Department of Justice says. Sentenced...
I was going to say, well, I guess we can say that that someone's finally making wage theft an actual crime.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The 47-year-old man was sentenced to 8 years and 6 months in federal prison for wire fraud, aggravated identity theft, and illegal monetary transaction after being extradited from Croatia. That's a weird aside right there.
Huh.
Okay, let's see. What? Okay. 2 Florida men arrested after hanging signs promising healing. They're in Spanish. According to DeSoto County Sheriff's Office, 2 men, Jose y Turon Gomez and Moises David Turon Gomez, were arrested after it came to the attention of investigators that the duo was posting signs representing one of their companions as a healer. It doesn't specifically say which one. Evidently, yeah. these types of groups are known to have stolen thousands of dollars from people. So it's not. It's just the method of how they stole money is weird. So anyway,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna go to another one. This is a link like that was shoved in the middle of an article. A Florida man out of jail on bond of burglary charges. He stole a gun out of a car and accidentally shot himself in the leg. Listen, this is like there is Darwinism even among criminals. Like you're either like a sophisticated serial killer or you can't even take care of yourself. Okay. We're going to go back to Associated Press real quick. I really haven't read a lot of these yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Already read the one about burglars calling 911 to get help moving stuff. The Master's Invitation. A Master's Invitation went to Scott Stallings. He was invited to the Masters in Georgia. He'll most likely be there as a guest because it was the wrong Scott Stallings. So this is just some random dude with the same name.
Oh. When I hear the name Scott Stallings, I think of the greatest athlete to ever exist, Scott Sterling.
There was there was an email that went out saying, "Hi Scott, my name is Scott Stallings as well, and I'm from Georgia. My wife's name is Jennifer too." God, never tell me the odds. Okay, close out of that. Close out of that. See what else Reddit has for us. I did follow one. I did follow a subreddit called "People Are Fucking Stupid." I don't know if this is really news per se. Why don't we go to? Yeah, let's go back to news of the stupid. I forgot to mention when I went on the air that this is the show. I go in not even knowing what I'm doing. So, if you're new here, be warned. Okay, man claims U.S. military forced a nurse to do an autopsy on an alien. Okay. Yeah. The nurse was forced to do there's a claim that a nurse was forced to do an autopsy after the Roswell UFO crash, apparently. An employee at the Roswell funeral home that was asked to make child-sized coffins for alien bodies by the military claimed this happened. He said that he knew the nurse and she immediately resigned her commission in the military afterwards. Okay, let me see here. I'm so unprepared. When he pushed too hard... Okay. There have been a lot of speculate... Hang on. God, I'm just doing bits and pieces. Yeah. Long-term brain damage, folks. You're bearing witness to it right now. Okay, this is from ABC News. How about that? Pentecostal pastor from Middlesboro, Kentucky. He was a snake-handling Pentecostal pastor. He got bit by a snake, and in a controversial religious practice, he said treatment was against his religion, and he died. Just have those kinds of people all over the place. It reminds me of Flagpole set up by Harvey Danger. Found out stupid people are breeding, and I don't even have a TV. It's really all you gotta know. People are dumb. They're getting dumber. See what else we got. All right. This is interesting. This is from last month, actually. Matthew Luckhurst had been terminated from his job as a reserve officer in the town of Floresville, Texas, for giving a homeless man a literal shit sandwich. I don't get it. Oh, why are people like this? Jocelyn told... God. Jocelyn told... The current... God, I can't even read this. This is such a jumbled mess. But yeah, that's what happened. Okay.
Yeah. Once again, always surprised. I mean, the action itself is surprising, but
WSB. This is Cobb County, Georgia. That's where this happened. The man was tracked down and arrested by Cobb County police after showing off on social media magic mushrooms and a gun.
What?
Mm-hmm. Publicly. Cobb County police officer was just randomly scrolling social media for leads when he saw a post by someone he recognized and saw a post where the man identified as Joseph Rodriguez was showing a bag of psilocybin mushrooms, however the hell you pronounce that, and a pistol on his waist. Sweet.
Yeah, so, just putting aside the potential illegality of the shrooms there, I mean, I'm sure that they were already able to hit him with some sort of gun possession charges anyway. Although the shrooms, knowing the state of Georgia, might get him more time.
Okay. A man from Yakima, Washington, became enraged and shot at a Taco Bell because he couldn't stand the fact that it was closed. And this might be part of the problem. He was he faces charges of a drive-by shooting, malicious mischief, violation of a concealed pistol license, and a DUI. So that's I think we got this one figured out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, wow, that's what one of the 5 people in Washington that has a gun did.
God, one of the comments under this is, oh God, that's terrible. Why doesn't Mexico have a Taco Bell? If they run to the border, they get shot. And below it says, well, the border's closed, the border got shot.
That is so bad on so many levels, but
Okay.
woo.
Okay, this is odd. House Republicans are kind of up in arms now. They're demanding to know why they couldn't see Hunter Biden's dick pics.
Oh, I thought that was old news.
This was from Wednesday.
Oh, God, they're still after that?
Yeah, here's a quote from Congress. Our clients are both humiliated and incensed by the GOP's reckless dissemination of these photographs in an official congressional document. God, ruthless.
Oh yeah,
It's not. It's not.
Oh, sorry.
It's not just that they lack integrity. They're like, fuck integrity.
No, what I was gonna say was I guess the House Republicans got their orders straight from Lady G. If you know, you know. Actually, hold on, let me pull that up because that's actually kind of a crazy story in and of itself that I can share. But if I'm going to share it, I want to make sure I get the details right because
This is interesting.
it wasn't verified, but again, it's kind of crazy and at the same time kind of not shocking if true. Lady G. Lindsay. And at the same
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
I can confirm that Restream's chat box is not working.
yeah. Anyway, yeah. Oh, I thought you were about to move into some.
Well, I'm going to in a second. I'll let you finish real quick.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'll let you do your thing first, and then we can come back to this because I need to read through this thing just to get. Well, you know what? We'll figure out we'll figure out what this article says together. For me, probably a refreshing for all of you. For a lot of you, maybe the first time you're hearing it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Never seen lady parts. Lindsey Graham's sexuality is a joke. Uh, hold on, I'm reading through this.
Let me just refresh the page, see if that fixes it.
Yeah. Oh no, hold on. No, this looks like some sort of page where it's like, oh, how dare they talk about this? Let's see. Oh, here's one from more at the time. Oh, come on. Come on, Washington Post. Ugh.
Lowered expectations.
All right. Huh. Okay, here's one from closer at the time. Well, no, you know what? I'll let you read the thing next because
Okay.
yeah.
All right. This is
Like it seems to pull up a bunch of random stuff, and the only one that seems good is behind a paywall. I'm not paying.
All right. Well, here's one about New York City Mayor Eric Adams. Vowed Wednesday to fight his own city hall again after he was ticketed for a rat problem at his townhouse. This guy lives in a town. He's mayor of America's biggest city, and he lives in a fucking Brooklyn townhouse. City Health Department inspector had issued 2 new summonses. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing these words right. They're summonses last month, just one day after the Democratic mayor appeared remotely before a hearing officer. God. And that kind of dribbles off after that one. Okay. Let's see if we can find a couple more.
Oh.
Here's another passenger with a DUI.
Yeah, whenever go through that whenever you're done. I think I have the lead in.
Okay, this is from Tuesday, Spokane Valley, Washington. Passenger of a Ford F-150 called 911 to report they were being Okay, let me read this over again. He called 911 to report they were being chased down State Route 27 by a state trooper. Yeah, that's how you do it.
Yeah, that silence I just had speaks volumes.
Mm-hmm. Around 12:30 a.m., January 8th, Washington State Police trooper noticed a truck swerving in and out of lanes near 3rd and State Route 27. The trooper activated their lights when they suspected it was a drunk driver. When 28-year-old Amanda Porras didn't pull over, a pursuit started. And this continued down the highway for almost 10 miles, reaching speed of over 100 miles an hour, still swerving in and out of lanes. Porras and the 2 other passengers in the truck believe the trooper was not allowed to pursue them after the 2021 state legislature limited high-speed police pursuits. This is not true, as this pursuit was authorized by a supervisor. So, yeah, read the fine print, folks. All right, lay it on me.
Sure. Okay, so the article I'm reading from is from October 2020, but I think this story itself originated from like the summer of 2020. I want to say June, but I could be wrong. So I'm going to go down to actually the third little blab of text in this thing because, because it's from October 2020, there was something else going on at the time that kind of connected to this. But here's what here's what the whole Lady G thing that I was referring to what was about. So the confirmed bachelor's efforts, that being Lindsey Graham's, to keep his sexual orientation a secret, suffered a blow this summer when male escorts and porn stars created a stir with the Lady Graham hashtag and revelations about ladybugs. Google it if you have an iron stomach. I didn't. I have no idea what that means, and frankly, I don't seem interested. Porn star Sean Harding went public on Twitter alleging Graham has hired multiple DC-based escorts over the years who signed NDAs which have enabled this farce to persist for so long. So yeah, color me shocked. Because by the way, the article at the time was whenever he was helping, push through Amy Coney Barrett, who, yeah, from my state. So yeah, so yay, another so great judge from our state. And if you want to know what I mean by another, Google Edward Douglas White.
You might have heard we have another so great governor too.
Oh, we're not gonna not gonna be too long till we can say the same thing.
Yeah. Here's one. This is also from what is it about? What is it about January 9th, last Tuesday, that people just decided to snap? January 9th was Monday. What am I saying? All right. The Majesty.
January 7th.
I'm not sure if this made the rounds yet. By the way, Julian, I did see that last week. We are also going to be doing a gaming news segment in this one. Anyway, the Majesty of Kilauea's latest eruption on the Big Island was marred over the weekend by a man taking a piss into it. It is not known if they were a resident or a tourist, but either way, I think they're just another unit of white trash. It's got to be.
Oh my goodness! Like people, okay.
I thought it was crazy. I thought it was crazy that they build houses right next to the volcano, and they wonder why they have lava in the living room. But this is next level.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say with people. I mean, listen, I know some there's some people in my family that are borderline backwoods-ish, and even they know, if you're gonna do that outside, find a frickin' tree.
The lip of an active volcano.
Oh yeah. I don't know what to look at actually. If I find the video I'm looking for that I'm thinking of, then it'll show up in brain dump. So yeah.
All right. This one's probably pretty bloody obvious. Elon Musk is now in the Guinness World Records for largest loss of a fortune.
Oh yeah, what was it, 7 something?
Hold on.
I don't remember the exact number, but I saw this as well.
Oh god. Oh god, yeah. It is estimated. Okay, let me read that. Tesla and Twitter CEO Elon Musk has entered the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest loss of personal fortune, estimated by Forbes. They're kind of sketchy, but this is what I've got. Estimated by Forbes to be roughly $165 billion as of December.
Wow. The old villain from Austin Powers, even he would be.
God, I gotta say, you'd make better use of losing a fortune like that by using it to wipe your ass. No joke. God. At least you're doing something for yourself.
Sure.
Yep. That can be confirmed from several sources. Okay. But between. Actually, I think that number's now up to 182 billion. It could crack 200 billion in the next couple of months.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of what's going on right now is like, especially with Tesla, like, val the overinflated valuations are kind of, coming back to earth, so to speak, to what they actually are.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, I don't know exactly how it even got as high as it was, but it was kind of the worst kept secret that, the actual numbers that, most companies on the market go by
Mm-hmm.
for Tesla were way below what they actually are. And like the reason why it keeps dropping is because like there's still further to fall to get to closer to the actual numbers.
I think I'm about ready to get rid of EmceeCh4p because I started a little after 8. My it set off my live notification 5 minutes ago.
Oh.
And that's not the first time that's happened. It's far from the first time that's happened. So,
Yeah, no.
anywho,
For sure.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I found a version of the video I was talking about that I'm gonna share in the Brain Dump channel, because you mentioning someone, the man being in a volcano, reminded me of this. Although apparently I saw this video for the first time a few days ago, but apparently it's from like 2002. But still, I mean, it's a slightly clickbaity, but
All right.
not really.
Speaking of urination, I'd say this one's even worse.
Oh no.
This is from about the same time frame. What is going on? Oh, this is from last Friday. Okay. A vice president at Wells Fargo has been fired after he reportedly did that on a passenger during a flight to New Delhi in November. Reportedly inebriated, obviously. Why would you do that sober?
Scary.
According to Asian Times International, citing Air India, when he allegedly urinated on a 72-year-old woman.
Oh, like that's bad on anyone, but
Yeah.
oh, that's even worse.
Yes. And by the way, old women from India, don't make them mad.
Oh no, I can imagine. I mean, old ladies anywhere really.
top comment right here. Okay, but did he try explaining to the passenger that it was raining? That usually works when banks piss all over their customers. And the reply, apparently so, after all, Wells Fargo is still operating. Okay. What else? I'm looking for only the the most cringeworthy stories from here on out, because I'm seeing a lot of like ones that are too similar to what you'd normally see of a stupid person.
Right. Like it was the sort of fuck around and find out kind of stories.
Okay. Well, we're gonna stay on the same topic. Apparently, this is the piss stream. No pun intended.
Wording, phrasing, amazing.
Perfection. Chef's kiss. Anyway, it was his yellow, bloody eyes that gave his illness away. The previously healthy 18-year-old showed up in an emergency department in the Netherlands after 2 days of fever, vomiting, and diarrhea. His heart was beating rapidly, and his abdomen was a bit tender. Why? Because he went swimming into a piss-filled canal. Yeah, not just urine, rat urine. Oh yeah, that's graphic. All right.
Oh my! Wow.
Top comment. That guy will be giving people the stink eye the rest of his life.
Oh my god! My question My question is, was he not able to smell the smell of urine?
I don't know, man. There might have been booze involved. All right, let's do one more of these because I've been doing this for 30 minutes.
Yeah, fair enough.
As I continue to search. Okay, we did go over the LA County Sheriff doing a sex act on a hot mic. We've actually ventured back into last week.
Oh.
So, can you find anything recent that we didn't cover already?
Well, let's see if there's anything decent on the KTC app. Around my corner of the woods.
I personally like to just find those by chance instead of trying to scour local news.
Yeah,
See
fair
if
enough.
there's anything left in oddities that I didn't read. Yeah, this is not helping. Okay. No, 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 no,
Na 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 na. Hey,
hey, I'm out of
hey.
ideas. So,
Fair enough.
yes, barring that I come across something in the next 5 seconds, that is your broken news. You heard it here first. Actually, no, you didn't. Yes. Long-term, yeah. I've demonstrated how long-term alcohol usage can fry your brain.
Yeah. No.
So,
Oh my goodness! I just had a picture of like, and that has been our broken news, and then we just the and then a glass shattering sound effect, from like the same one from like the Stone Cold Steve Austin theme song.
alrighty.
Hey.
Before we move on to any gaming news, I do want to mention, just something. This is just something personal. I'm once again having some sort of George Carlin brain rot, and I figured some of you guys might want to hear me read some of his material in what turns out to be my favorite book in the whole wide world, Napalm and the Silly Putty. So, let's see if I can find any of this legally.
Ayo.
There's no way this is legal. I have no idea what I did with my copy of Brain Droppings. That's the only George Carlin book I actually have. Oh, God. Okay. To give you the idea of the kind of author he was back in like the late 90s and early 2000s, this was his preface. To begin, I would like to acknowledge those of you who read Brain Droppings. It did better than I expected, and I want to say thanks. By the way, if you haven't read it yet, fear not, you can read this first and then rush out to the store to get Brain Droppings. The two are not sequential. For those who did read the first book, you'll find this is the same sort of drivel. Good, funny, occasionally smart, but essentially drivel. Thanks also to my boyhood friends from 123rd Street and Amsterdam Avenue who listened to my street corner and hallway monologues when I was 13 and gladdened my young heart by saying, "Georgie, you're fucking crazy." Most of all, thanks to my editor, Jennifer Lang, for her patience and support, and for putting these thoughts of mine in order. Many native traditions held clowns and tricksters as essential to any contact with the sacred. People could not pray until they had laughed, because laughter opens and frees from rigid preconception. Humans had to have tricksters within the most sacred ceremonies, lest they forgot the sacred comes through upset, reversal, surprise. The trickster in most native traditions is essential to creation, to birth. Oh wow, that's actually he actually quote what he did there. It was he actually quoted Professor Berg Gibbons from the University of Arkansas at Little Rock. I had no idea.
Oh, wow.
From a letter to the author. Okay.
Oh, hello there. Hello. We got a new guest in chat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're kind of locked up in here right now, though. How you doing, Valerie?
Right.
Okay. This segment is called Pre-Flight. It starts at the gate. We'd like to begin the boarding process. Extra word, process, not necessary. Boarding is sufficient. We'd like to begin the boarding. Simple, tells the story. People add extra words when they want things to sound more important than they really are. Boarding process sounds important. It isn't. It's just a group of people getting on a fucking airplane. To begin the boarding process, the airline announced they will pre-board certain passengers. And I wonder, how can that be? How can people board before they board? This I gotta see. But before anything interesting can happen, I'm told to get on the plane. Sir, you can get on the plane. Get on the plane. No, my friends, not me. I'm not getting on the plane. I'm getting in the plane. Let Evel Knievel get on the plane. I'll be sitting inside in one of those little chairs. It seems less windy in here.
The difference a letter can make.
Uh-huh. Let me scroll down a bit. There's also a mention of carry-on luggage. The first time I heard this term, I thought they said carry-on, that they were bringing a dead deer on board. And I was like, what the hell would they do with that? Don't they have those little TV dinners anymore? And then I thought, carry on? Carry on. Of course, people are going to be carrying on. It's a party. Well, I don't much care for that. Personally, I prefer a serious attitude on the plane, especially on the flight deck, which is the latest euphemism for cockpit. I can't imagine why they want to avoid a colorful word like cockpit, can you? Especially with all those lovely stewardesses going in and out of it all the time.
The little quack noise you made almost makes it even better than actually reading it out.
Cockpit. Yeah. God, Val, you and Core should talk. Do you ever get that? I don't think I've read this one before. Do you ever get that strange feeling of vujade? Not deja vu, vujade. It's the distinct sense that somehow something that just happened has never happened before. Nothing seems familiar, and then suddenly the feeling is gone. Vujade. Let's see what else. You know what I like about the American form of government? They've worked things out so you're never far from a 7-Eleven. A lot of this stuff I can't read on the air because it's really...
Yeah, it's got that George Carlin pizzazz that higher ups like Mr. Bezos do not enjoy.
Here's some fun. Run into a bakery and ask them if they can bake a cake in the shape of a penis. They're never quite sure. They always have to have a meeting. Well, I don't know. Wait just a moment. While they're talking, pull out your schwans and wave it all around. Good Lord, Helen! Quick, order more flour! All right.
Need more cowbell.
We're going to go way down. Oh, God. A Day in the Life of Henry VIII.
We're going to go way down.
This is page 166 right here. A Day in the Life of Henry VIII. Wake up. Fuck the queen. Take a shit. Kill the queen. Eat 6 chickens. Get married. Kill the new queen. Eat a cow. Take a shit. Start dating. Belch for an hour. Eat a sheep. Kill my date. Defy the pope. Eat a goat. Take a shit. Fuck a bishop, get engaged, kill my fiance, eat a pig, marry a pig, kill the pig, eat the pope, vomit, go to sleep. Oh, God.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm ordering this book. I don't care if it's from
Henry
20 years ago. It's still super accurate.
Henry Yeah, Henry VIII is an example of what a later stage Habsburg looked and acted like.
Okay.
Although I don't know if he was actually a Habsburg or not.
All right.
Fuck if I know.
Those life's little moments right here. I think I'll end on this one before I go into gaming news. Do you ever look at your watch and immediately forget the time, so you look again and it still doesn't register? So you have to look a third time, and then someone asks you, what time is it? You say, I don't know. Don't you feel stupid? Do you ever find yourself standing in a room and you can't remember why you went in there? And you think to yourself, maybe if I go back where I was, I'll see something that reminds me. Or maybe it'd just be quicker if I just stand here and hope it comes back to me. Usually as you're weighing those opinions, two words float across your mind. Alzheimer's disease.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you ever have to sneeze while you're taking a piss? It's frightening. Deep down, you're afraid you'll release all sorts of bodily fluids into your pants. What people don't realize is that it's physically impossible to sneeze while pissing. Your brain won't allow it because your brain knows you might blow your asshole out and wind up having to repaint the entire apartment.
That's an image.
Have you ever noticed how sometimes all day Wednesday you keep thinking it's Thursday? Then the next day, when you're back to normal, you wonder, why don't you think it's Friday? Have you ever been sitting on a railroad train in a station? Another train is parked right next to you, and one of them starts to move, but you can't tell which one. And then it becomes obvious, and all the magic is gone. Wouldn't it be nice if we could spend our whole lives not knowing which train was moving? Actually, we do. That reminds me of, like, were you ever in that kind of situation? You were sitting in, like, the Walmart parking lot as a kid, and the car next to you starts to back out, and you get the illusion that you're moving. Like that's just real. Do you ever fall asleep on a late? Do you ever fall asleep on a late afternoon and wake up after dark, and for a moment you don't know what goddamn day it is? You actually find yourself thinking it might be yesterday. Do you ever tell someone they have a bit of dirt on their face? They never rub the right spot, do they? They always assume the mirror image and rub the wrong side. Don't you just want to slap the bastard? Do you ever reach the top of a staircase and think there's one more step, so you take one of those big awkward steps that doesn't accomplish anything, and then you have to do it a few more times so people will think it's something you do all the time? I do this all the time, folks. It's the third stage of syphilis. Oh, God.
Again, dude walking left.
All right.
Dude walking left. No. It's not the third. It's not the third stage of syphilis. You're looking like you're walking like you're rolling a rock up the hill. So it's more of a Sisyphus.
Mm-hmm. All right. Kimchi, anyone? I don't know if I've ever had kimchi in my life. Okay. I will admit that was just a bunch of filler right there. Let's go back to Reddit and check out our little gaming news, which I don't have a soundbite for. Anywho, I know what kimchi is. All right, so I think there might be an elephant, may or may not be an elephant in the room right here. This is for those of you who don't know, the Google Stadia is being discontinued in 3 days. But just kind of as a sign off, they say Stadia says next week they'll be releasing a self-serve tool to enable Bluetooth connections on your Stadia controller. And I find it funny in the tweet that has the controller sitting next to a half-eaten pizza. Okay, so let me look at oh, come on now. All right, so news. Google Stadia. So that released, I want to say 2018, 19, I don't know. But this is what the article on The Verge says. Google is launching its final Stadia game today. Today being today actually being yesterday. That's when this article was written. Google's launching its final Stadia game and is promising to release a tool next week to enable Bluetooth connections on its Stadia controller. The last Stadia game to launch on the service is called Worm Game, a test game that was technically available as Stadia before Stadia launched publicly in November 2019, so I had that down. Developers at Google have decided to release the game just before the streaming service disappears next week. Worm Game is a humble title we used to test many of Stadia's features starting well before our 2019 public launch, right before 2022, says Google in its listing of the newly published title. It won't win Game of the Year, but Stadia's team has spent a lot of time playing it. We thought we'd share it for you. Thanks for playing, and thanks for everything. What? Yeah, that's what I call going out with a whimper.
Yeah, you just get to play the little bare bones game that we use to test out features. Yay!
Yay! Yeah. And for those of you who don't know, yeah, it bombed.
well, of course, it's linked with Stadia.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, the Stadia itself, it bombed.
Probably, yeah,
maybe
not much was obvious considering that they're going offline.
All right. Okay, let's see. God, I really slapped together absolutely nothing when I started this today. All right. In the news of game leaks, this is 4 hours ago, a new update regarding the rumored development of a Metal Gear Solid remake provides a window for when it could be announced. Let's read more on this. The latest update from a leak claiming that a Metal Gear Solid remake is currently in development has provided a window for when the game could be announced. Konami has already confirmed that it is now in the business of licensing its biggest game properties to partner studios with the announcement of several major Silent Hill projects. What? According to this leak, Metal Gear Solid could be the next Konami announcement, and the reveal could be surprisingly soon. Hey,
Raiden.
Yes. So, boy, we could see something big. Who knows?
Well, I mean, if we see any of Senator Armstrong, we'd already be seeing something big, but I get what you're saying.
There's a clip here from Great God of War Ragnarok clip depicts an effective way to snipe a charging dragon. You make it fall straight out of the sky by hitting it with a rock. So it said it'll be a great help to players that have been struggling with the game's dragon fights. Say players are loving it, and the massive set-piece boss battles that returned from the 2018 game are some of the most memorable and climactic moments in the entire game. Okay, let me check something real quick. I think, is my chat dead again? No, it's not. Okay. Just noticed my thing wasn't scrolling anymore. Where was I? So all you need is just throw a rock at it. I didn't know it was that easy. I need to look for more game exploits like that. I just got a PM from Val. Just 1,500 people hoping their number is the lucky one called for a chance to buy a bottle of alcohol, only in Louisville.
Oh,
All right. Oh, I didn't even see that clip you put in Brain Dump. Let's see.
yeah. This is whenever what was it? Whenever you're going through the string of piss stories, and the first one was about a guy pissing into a volcano, and it made me think of that.
All right, a Pokemon fan and artist used some nostalgia and pixel graphics to recreate a tear-jerking scene from one of the early Pokemon anime episodes. Let's dive a little deeper into this, shall we?
Perhaps.
The fan used pixel art as their canvas for their anime recreation. They posted it on Reddit, actually. Harken back to the episode depicted by the art piece, with some users recalling how old they were when the scene first aired. Am I the only one that feels like the pixels might take the emotion out of that kind of thing?
Perhaps. I mean, sorry, my mind was kind of off in another place.
It was an early Charmander episode. Okay. God.
Yeah. Huh, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God. Wait, hold on. Where is that thing? Hold on a minute. Kind of hitting a snag right here.
Oh no.
Okay. Okay. That's better. Okay. Here's an ad wall.
Oh,
Okay.
yes. I guess that's where all the apocalypse ads went.
Okay, this is something I wish Fall Guys would do. Lost Ark is banning players for inactivity. Oh, wait, no, this is different. All right. Okay, but Lost Ark is now being review bombed after issuing permanent bans to inactive players, which leaves a mark on their Steam profiles. Now, by inactive, they mean they don't play the game for a long time. Some with dozens of hours of playtime, and others who have spent money on the free-to-play game. Consequently, Lost Ark has been experiencing a review bomb on Steam, and more players are notified that they've been banned. It's no secret that they have a major bot problem. The developers have been going to great lengths to curtail the growing bot population with increased security and more restrictions on new accounts. This sounds like something Nintendo would do.
For sure.
As a free-to-play game, it's all too easy for scammers and farmers to get into the game and disrupt the economy and player base with little risk. God damn it. Little risk on their own part in what appears to be a draconian measure to somehow protect the game from bad actors. Lost Ark has gone even further with this latest move. See, this is what I hate about like gaming companies or just anyone in particular that makes a new rule and has no way of justifying it, and they're just doing it's like they're doing it to fuck with you.
Hard agree.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. I think this can go for a lot of Switch titles. The Genshin Impact Switch trailer is 3 years old, and the game's still not out. So that's being noted.
Oh wow! They're just
January of 2020,
Yeah.
right before the world
I
melted.
know. I had a Yandere dev joke there, but I don't know the length that Yandere Sim has been like waiting for the full game to come out. Yandere dev's also a piece of shit, so there's that.
Mm-hmm. All right. Feel free to help me scour the internet here.
Oh, all right. Yeah, we're looking for.
Okay, let's go from gaming news to weird gaming news, because I like to keep this channel weird.
Yeah. Weird. It's like Austin, Texas. We're keeping it weird here, baby.
Yeah. Okay, what is this? There's a weird tag for Nintendo Life, so let's see. Okay, so apparently, oh god, these articles are old. Okay, apparently this is from 2012, but it's not dated per se. Apparently, I didn't even know this. Final Fantasy's battle system is based on American football.
Ah,
Yeah. So, yeah, there's that. Here, Square Enix's Hiroyuki Ito revealed to one up the origin of the turn-based battle system in it, and yeah, it was he was inspired by the NFL. Okay, let's look at something more topical. Or we can just go back to The Verge, whatever. That is the majority of my dialogue in these streams. Da 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 da. Christ. Again, that's another thing about this show is I'm gonna I'm gonna kind of let you guys help me make it as well. What do you want to see outside of like our weird news segments and stuff like that? I thought about like doing some weird games eventually.
yeah. Hold on. I went look up weird gaming news, and one of the things that I clicked on is the funniest video game news headlines ever, and the top one has me wanting to read deeper into what happened here and how it all ends up. Hold up. Anyway, whatever you're gonna say next, continue.
I don't know what I'm gonna say next.
Ah, well, then we are waiting for me to type.
All right. Okay, apparently John Carpenter has suggested that there is a Dead Space movie in development.
Oh,
This is from Eurogamer. I gotcha. Chill. All right. The Halloween Helmer was previously spoken of his interest in making a Dead Space film. So this is the guy who directed Halloween. Has now said that a project to get the survival horror franchise on the big screen is now in progress, albeit not with him attached. Okay. Says he claims to have played all the games. Blah, blah, blah. All right. That's a good suggestion. I can read down that. That's unless Rob has something. We'll end with Rob's before we move on to
yeah.
just
Well,
a
gonna-
general weird stuff discussion.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna look more into this guy because I want to see how this. I want to know how this tenure went. So, the headline here is playing Football Manager, the online soccer manager game, helped this 21-year-old become a manager of a real life professional team.
Mm.
So, in a week that it's seen Chelsea and Queen Park's Rangers sack their managers in the English Premier League, there's one recent manager appointment that has really taken the soccer world by surprise.
Oh yeah.
Look, Vugar. Okay. I'm gonna try to be a little brave with pronouncing this, but the spelling is kind of a tough. Husseinzade, Vugar Husseinzade. I I hope I didn't completely butcher it.
You probably
Was
did.
appointed. Yeah, fair enough. Was appointed manager of Azerbaijan Premier League club FC Baku a couple weeks ago after the previous boss left by mutual consent after 2 years. There's few facets of Vugar's credentials that may interest you. First of all, he's only 21 years old in 2012. Hardly time to notch the kind of experience and coaching qualifications required to manage a successful professional soccer club, right? Well, right, but it seems he what also earned him plaudits with his employers was his ability on the virtual fields of Football Manager. Quoted on Eurosport after speaking to a newspaper in Sweden where he grew up, Rugar said, I've always wanted to work in soccer and have played Football Manager since 2002." And then goes on, I was born in the city that he became the manager of, but went on to attend secondary school in Sweden, yada yada yada. After working at After working in an advisory capacity at the club since February of 2012, it seemed like he'd managed to do what many youngsters dream about. Interestingly, he apparently beat off a potential candidate. Oh, wow. Apparently, one of the guys he beat out to secure the job was the 91 European Player of the Year. How about
Oh,
that?
god damn.
Yeah. Ugh. But I don't have any follow up to see how that went. Uh, I am actually extremely curious to see how that went now. Oh, the club was dissolved in 2018. Let's see.
That must not have lasted long if it was.
Yeah, but oh, his name doesn't. Hold on, oh, his name's not showing up on the what? The, on, now when would this have when would this have happened? November 2012. I think I might have pulled up a different club. Hold on. No, that's weird. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know.
All right. So I decided that was actually a really good suggestion from Val, and I've gone to the lawyer portal and I'm going to be reading out unbelievably weird laws in America that still exist. All right. From strange driving restrictions to needing your husband's permission for false teeth, here are some bizarre, possibly barbaric laws that are still on the books, even though they may not be practiced. Okay, how long is this? Oh, this isn't very long. All right. In Alabama, you're not allowed to drive. It is illegal to drive blindfolded. That's not a law. That's just common sense. Illegal to drive blindfolded in Alabama. It doesn't stop there. It also says drivers aren't allowed to drive a car if they can't see what's in front or on the side of it.
So I guess so zero visibility. Nope, you can't drive legally speaking.
Not allowed to drive in the mist.
Yeah. In the super fog.
Other strange driving laws in America. Let's venture outside of Alabama for a little bit. In Los Angeles, you can't wash your neighbor's car without permission. In Alaska, it's illegal to drive while your dog is tethered to your car.
Hold on, repeat that LA one because I had a
You
I had
can't
something to say on that one.
you can't wash your neighbor's car without permission.
I wish they had that rule in New Orleans for
Yeah.
your neighbor or anyone.
Hmm.
If you ever driven down there, you know exactly why I'm saying that.
Yes. The Alaska one messed me up. Yeah, this is another common sense one. It's illegal to drive while your dog is tethered to your car. Dog sled, meet dog car, I guess. What would you call that? Besides animal abuse.
Uh, I'd I'd call that the one. I'd call that if PETA said something about that, it would be the one time they said something good.
Mm, okay. Arizona, you can't drive a car in reverse on public roads.
Oh, interesting. So, guess I'm never 3-point turning over there.
Okay, this is apparently on the books, but I highly doubt it's practiced. In Denver, you're not allowed to drive a black car on Sunday.
What about a white car?
I don't know. It must not be practiced because nobody talks about it. In Youngstown, Ohio, it's illegal to run out of gas.
Huh. That's unfortunate.
Okay, let's look at this. Despite the legal drinking age in America being 21, there's a strange loophole. Students at a culinary school in Illinois can consume wine while underage as long as they spit it out. I don't know if people realize that your consumption of alcohol does not start after the swallow. It was argued that culinary students should know their wine well and that this would be an important factor in receiving a valuable education. So the state passed a sip and spit law.
Boy,
Okay. Here's one from Louisiana.
I knew something was coming from down here.
Mm-hmm. If you are in the Pelican State, don't try to send anyone a surprise pizza or you'll have to pay heavily for this appalling gesture. A whole $500 fine is coming your way. The unsolicited pizza law.
Oh my goodness. And I was gonna say, yeah, I tend to think that some weird stuff came up whenever whenever every man a king was the governor senator of this state, but no, this would be after that.
Mm. If you're found, yeah.
I know exactly. Oh, I know exactly the kind of joke you're talking about, Valerie. I can't say it on here, but I know it.
Oh God. Yeah. I don't think I have to go any further than that. If you're found, God, voice crack. If you're found wearing a bulletproof vest while committing a crime in New Jersey, in very New Jersey fashion, you will not only be charged with the crime, but have to be charged additionally for trying to protect yourself against bullet wounds.
Oh, what?
Yeah. So you're not allowed to. If you're committing a crime, you have to be able to be shot and wounded. If you're a bingo lover, you'll hate to find out that a bingo game in North Carolina cannot last more than 5 hours. It's even worse if you like a little glass of wine while playing, because in North Carolina it's illegal to play bingo drunk. By the way, the reason I almost called it blingo, I was thinking of the show Lingo.
But yeah, I guess our boy. Wait. Yeah.
All right.
Well, I could think of a couple people up there that'll probably never play bingo, especially one of them. Not the one that you'd know, but it is someone that the one you'd know would know.
I feel like playing bingo would be interesting when you're drunk. Well, stay out of North Carolina. I think it would be interesting because I think if if the guy called 069, everyone would start laughing. Just my 2 cents right there.
You don't need listen. Now that you say that, you wouldn't even need to get me a single drop of liquid courage for me to laugh at that.
Okay, Halloween in Chesapeake, Virginia has got to be a buzzkill. If you're over 14 years old, you can't trick or treat. You must only be accompanying a child and not engaging in it yourself. And for those under 14, there's an 8 p.m. curfew.
Wow. Oh, where?
What's with these places? And finally on this list in particular, this is a law that is not enforced, but it's yet to be overturned. This sounds like, honestly, one that came from the Dark Ages. In Vermont, women must get permission from their husbands if they want dentures. That sounds very 19th century.
Oh my goodness. Listen, we need denture access for all. Okay? I don't think you needed too much imagination to know what I was going for there.
I am once again asking for your donations. Why don't we look at why don't we go international here?
What? I am asking you to stop sending me pizzas to my Louisiana P.O. box. Anyway,
all right,
let's go international.
Yes. This is another list of 10. After this, I don't know what the hell we're going to do. Section 32. Wait, where is this? This is in the UK. England and Wales specifically. Section 32 of the Salmon Act of 1986 stipulates that it's an offense to handle salmon under suspicious circumstances. Circumstances where they believe or could reasonably believe that it's been illegally fished. Well, okay. You can get 2 years imprisonment for that? God.
Okay. It depends on how endangered they are in that ecosystem. I don't know.
Those Northern Europeans love their fish. Well, this is unfortunate. In Quitman, Georgia, it is illegal to let your chicken cross the road.
No.
I said we were going international, but I think is that the only one from the States? No.
Oh my goodness, this is international. This is about as international as the song International Song.
About as
Wow.
Yeah.
This is about as international as the song International Love by Pitbull.
About as international as the International House of Pancakes.
But, it's literally a song where for a quarter of the song he's talking about Miami, and for another quarter of the song he's talking about other U.S. cities.
All right. What was this? Okay, up until 1998, in the Australian state of Victoria, it was illegal to change a light bulb unless you're a licensed electrician.
Well, I guess the how many blanks does it take to change a light bulb joke was 0 for 9 electricians in Australia until that time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I didn't know about that law. I was in the dark. Yeah. Okay.
Good one. But tits.
Okay. Apparently, there is no way that this is enforced. It dates back to a city regulation in Milan. This is in Milan, Italy. A city regulation from the Austro-Hungarian Empire that was never repealed. It is a legal requirement to smile at all times except at funerals or hospitals. That one obviously isn't. But even for back then.
Yeah, like what? Like what are you? Hold on up. I'm gonna try to channel the inner Shay for this one. Like, what are you gonna do to determine if someone's smiling at home? Like, what if someone's just gonna come in there with a flashlight? Like, boom, hey, you smiling right now? You better be smiling right now. I'm smiling real big right now. I'm high on life.
Yeah, that would have been a good time for plastic surgery to be a thing. Oh God, there are two more from the States. This is a long forgotten one. On Thursdays in Florida, after 6 p.m. in a public place, you're not allowed to fart.
I wonder what
There's a-
what happened way back in the day for them to issue that ordinance.
I don't know, but they say it was probably written in the 1800s. It's not clear why this ever became a law or a rumored law in the first place. Number 6. It is against the law. Oh God, Arizona. Why are these so specific? Like weirdly specific. It's against the law to have a sleeping donkey in your bathtub after 7 p.m.
It's like 6:59. You just pull up in there. You're pulling all the rain. It's like, come on, you gotta wake up. You gotta wake up.
Law was brought into effect after a public menace case in 1924. How many of these do you think are just made up? And you just don't want to... Oh,
At
God.
least 30%.
Oh, that was so funny, I forgot to laugh. In Torino, Italy, it's illegal... Is this still enforced? It's illegal not to walk your dog at least 3 times a day. Maybe that's why they're in shape out there. To enforce the law, Torino police would rely largely on the help of tipsters spotting cruel treatment by neighbors. They have the most stringent animal protection rules in the country. They even ban fairgrounds from giving away goldfish in bags.
Ugh. Well,
I don't know. I don't even think we do that here anymore. But you know.
yeah, but let's see, Turin. What was the same name again? Torino.
Turin, Turin it's Turin. It's where the Winter Olympics were held once.
Ah. Oh. Okay.
That place.
But yeah, easy life hack to get around that. Become a cat person.
That's a good point. In Scotland, if anyone has to use your toilet, you have to say yes.
Oh wow!
I wonder how many people take advantage of that.
Yeah, just like someone's living in a tiny house, and all of a sudden this big old, like 6'6", 300-pound dude comes in and says, "Hey, your house is the nearest house for the next 10 miles, okay? And I need to use the
No, it'd be
Can
like
I use the bathroom?"
be like, "Oh, you daft cool! I have to shit." That's my skullish side coming out.
Yeah.
All right, 2 to go. I don't know if I'd write this into law, but it certainly would be inconsiderate if you did it. In Samoa, apparently it's illegal to forget your wife's birthday. You will get more than the silent treatment. It is unclear how long your sentence would be, but maybe some time apart for you to think about how to make it up to her. Yeah. Maybe some time. Yeah. I can't finish the sentence anymore. Number 10, last one on this list. I don't know what the hell we're doing after this. It is a legal requirement to own a burial plot before you die, and it's some place in France I can't pronounce.
Oh, that's actually.
Mm-hmm. And those are just a few.
Actually, I was just gonna say that's actually a law that practically would affect some people, since like there's those people that are like, plan out all their funeral stuff like way ahead of time.
All right. This one was inspired by a recent episode of Distractable. I figured we'll just continue talking about weird shit. And we want to. I want to kind of make this a bit of a callback to my mention of Elon Musk. What are some of the weirdest world records I can find?
Oh.
Okay. Bored Panda has a list of 60. I might have to get a Bored Panda account. All right, number 1. Oh God. In 2021, a woman in Mali had 9 children in one day.
Oh. Wow.
No cases. This was the first case in which all 9 of those kids survived for more than a few hours.
Modern medicine.
In Mali, though.
Oh, the country.
Yeah.
I thought it was some city somewhere by the name of Mali. I don't know why I thought that.
I don't know.
That actually has. Continue on, but that actually has me curious now.
Strangest diet. Oh, I've read something about this before.
Oh my God, there's
From-
a Molly Island in Massachusetts. Sorry, continue.
From 1966 all the way to his death in 2007 of natural causes. Gee, I wonder why. Michel Lotito of France ate. His diet consisted of metal and glass. Actually, he started in 59, so he ate metal and glass for almost 60 years. 50 years. 48 years. Points. Gastroenterologist x-rayed his stomach and described his ability to consume 2 pounds of metal per day as unique. His diet since 1996 included 18 bicycles, 15 shopping carts, 7 TV sets, 6 chandeliers, 2 beds, a pair of skis, a low-calorie Cessna 152, and a computer. He is said to have provided the only that's a nice touch. The only example in history of a coffin, handles, and everything ending up inside a man. All right. I only want to read this one because of this person's name and how eerily close it is to an elected official of yesteryear. It's most feet and armpits ever sniffed. And this person's name is Madeleine Albright. It sounds a lot like the... What was she, Secretary of State back in the day, Madeleine Albright?
Oh. That. I guess that was before my time.
That was like in the 80s. It was like in the 80s.
Okay, yeah.
This person was employed at it was for science. She worked there at Hilltop Research Laboratories in Cincinnati, Ohio. Testing lab for Dr. Scholl's. Okay. 15 years and had to smell literally thousands of feet and armpits during her 15-year career. You think... People out there think they have strange jobs. You don't want a candle to this one. Top comment, just vomited slightly.
Understandably so.
Charles Osborne. This is the longest hiccup attack. Charles Osborne. This is right here in the USA. Started with that hiccup attack in 1922 while attempting to weigh a hog before slaughtering it. He was unable to find a cure but led a normal life in which he had 2 wives and fathered 8 children. He continued hiccuping all the time until one morning. He was born in this started in 1922. He was born before then. It continued after one morning in February 1990.
What?
Yeah. That's... If my math is correct, I think that's 68 years.
I cannot.
I would kill myself.
Wow.
All right. Fastest talker. Oh, this is a callback to the video of what's his name? John Machida that I played over the air, the one that was talking about my expectations as an adult, and it was that FedEx commercial. But in 1995, I think that record was broken. Canadian Sean Shannon recited the 260-word to be or not to be soliloquy from Hamlet in 24 seconds. I'm wondering how is the enunciation on that? The top comment below that, beat that, Eminem.
Lottie.
Okay, hang on a minute. Apparently the world's tallest cow who ever lived was about 3 inches taller than me. I'm 6 foot even.
Oh.
And that's 72 inches. This one was 74.8 inches tall. Record verified in 2014.
Yep. That is very cool indeed.
Okay.
So, continue your thing. I'm actually gonna step away for a few minutes, but I'll be back.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I'm going to move on to this one. Can imagine how rough it is to give birth? Because I'm a man, I can't imagine. But imagine having to give birth to a 50-pound baby. Hang on, how am I reading this? Yeah, that's okay. Yes, I'm reading that correctly. Wait a minute, what? 1978. Oh, the heaviest. Okay. All right, I totally read that wrong. Okay, never mind. Moving on. All right, god damn. I was like. Yeah, that was like, how could you give a birth to a 50-pound baby? No, we're talking about... Okay, so these people lived, like, full lives. Well, not quite, but... Billy and Benny Lloyd were twins that weighed in the 500s. Okay. That was very poorly worded. All right, moving on. All right, you want to talk about devotion, and you don't question why. You just applaud this person. Fastest time to type, in words from 1 to 1 million. Apparently, nobody's done it faster than 16 years. When that's how Les Stewart of Australia went on that grind for no apparent reason. Those consecutive one-finger push-ups, god damn, mine would break. 124. One finger. Billy Baxter of the UK reached a speed of 164.87 miles per hour while riding a Kawasaki Ninja motorcycle blindfolded. If you want to do something like that, you have to be out in like the desert in Utah. It's I'm looking for a really weird one at this point. Oh god, I've seen way too many of these people on YouTube. Fastest time to drink a 2 liter of soda, 18.45 seconds. Guess what country he's from? All right. Heist voluntarily enforced G-force? Oh, Christ. Eli L. Beating Jr. That's probably going to be Eli Bleeding Jr. at some point. He was on a water-braked rocket sled at Holloman Air Force Base. This had to be for some kind of research. Now, normal humans, if you have, if there's more than 9 G's being exerted on you, you're a dead motherfucker. 82.6 G's for 400ths of a second. He was hospitalized for 3 days. Jesus Christ.
Wow, so that's what I'm coming back from the break room to hear.
Okay, let's see. Can you imagine? This is from 2022. Giovanni Vassallo of Italy went in for a tattoo session that went on for 61 and a half hours. I don't have that. I don't have that kind of patience or money. And let's see.
Bro, you know how some people get arm sleeves?
Yeah.
Bro must have been getting a full body sleeve.
It must have been. Well, yeah, usually when you get an arm sleeve, like even if you have a good income, you do it in separate sessions. That's how my sister does it. I don't think hers is even done yet. But this is interesting. This is for most lightning strikes survived. Ex-park ranger Roy C. Sullivan from 1942 to 1977, he was hit by, and you know it. A lot of people say one can never get hit by lightning twice. This dude got hit by lightning 7 times.
You know, I think this is one I'd actually heard of, and I remembered it being like 7 or 8. Guess it's 7.
Yeah. Okay. First time he lost his big toenail. Second time his eyebrows disappeared. Third time his shoulder was seared. Fourth time his hair was set on fire. The fifth time his new hair was set on fire. And his legs were seared. And last couple times he had an ankle injury somehow, and chest and stomach burns the final time. It says in September 1983, he died by his own hand, reportedly rejected in love. What a way to go, bro. Okay. I'm gonna try to grab a few more here because we're about to reach a stopping point.
Yeah, but that sure is one hypothesis, Valerie.
Yeah. All right. Let's do like 2 more, and then I'll explain how we're gonna do the next show, which I meant to do this week, but oh well. Most piercings in a lifetime. You only do this if you're an eccentric motherfucker. From 1997 to 2006, Elaine Davidson, Brazilian-British person, has, in terms of piercings, 4,225.
Wow.
How can you fit that many on your body? That's my question.
That is a good question.
Gotta look at this. Hang on. We're down the rabbit hole. I gotta see this. What was her name again? Elaine Davidson. Oh, that person. Okay. Yeah, and she can stick her finger through her tongue. What the fuck? Yeah. Hang on. Okay. Scratch that. Since 2006, she now, as of that was an old statistic, but now she has twice that amount. I can hear Vegeta screaming. That's your clue.
Oh.
Thinks highly of herself, clearly. All right, let's see one more. There's technically 60 of these, but I'm gonna see what's the weirdest one I can find.
Yeah.
I saw longest noodle and it made my mind go into the gutter. All right.
I would be trying to fill in, but I think our sleep schedule is the latest affecting my energy level at this hour.
Yeah. All right. Oh, I've seen that before. That's gross. All right. Let's go back up. I think the wildest one that I've seen on this list, and to be fair, I didn't really. The highest dive into a shallow pool. I would probably die if I did this. Let's see if I can find it again. In 2014, Darren Taylor of Colorado dived, 37 feet 11 inches into a little 12-inch pool of water.
Ooh,
That's 1 foot deep. That's a wading pool.
That's a kiddie pool.
Yeah. And the top comment is he still alive? Oh, God. Highest shallow water dive. Yeah. He dove into a kiddie pool. God, I'm gonna have to look up the science behind that, but those are your weird world records. Now that I'm thoroughly disappointed in myself with how I did today, I'm opening up suggestions, and honestly, yeah, you know what? if you find anything that we might like to cover next time around, feel free to like PM us about it, and we'll toss it in the brain dump. That's the brain dump is the text server that Rob and I use to give ourselves ideas for what we're going to talk about in the show. So feel free to do that next week for sure. I'm gonna during the work week anyway. I'm gonna try to sit down and brainstorm a little more. And honestly, I thought the going into this not knowing what I'm doing experiment would work, and I mean, so far it hasn't bombed, but hey, you still gotta have a bit of a game plan. So we're gonna try doing that over the course of the week. I'll be in touch with all of you guys, and we can try to devise a few new segments and stuff like that. If you want to see us playing like game segments, you want to see some kind of like something like 20 questions or pyramid or something like that, we can always come up with shit like that. But I'm starting to aimlessly ramble. It's getting to that hour that my brain shuts off and I just start binge watching shit. So I'm going to be doing that for the time being. Rob, thanks again for the input. Also, if you have any ideas, let me know. So, with that in mind, that's where we're going to wrap it up this week. Hopefully, I'll be a little more creative next time around. Everyone who is in chat, Val, Mikey, Core, Julian, all of you guys, thanks for hanging out. If you like what you see here, I'm all over the socials and EmceeCh4p. Be sure to have a heart, hit that heart, and bong that bell to know when I go live. Love you lots. Ugh, God, burp. And as always, we'll see you later. We'll see you next week. It's a fucking disaster.